Hi everyone, this is Jillian. I'm here to guide us through a somatic gentle flow today, and we'll be targeting the release of any lower back pain or tension. So let's begin by coming into Virasana, and we can do that by sitting back onto the heels. Now check in here, notice if there's any tension in the feet or the ankles, and if there is, you can come into a comfortable seated position instead. If not, and you want to feel into a deeper stretch, you can lean forward here onto the hands and tuck your toes under. Now you can stay on the hands, gently sitting the hips back to the heels, or walk the hands up, resting them on your thighs, and sit all the way back onto the heels for a gentle stretch through the tops of the feet and the ankles. Wherever you are, take the time here to close your eyes, take a deep breath, and start to tune in to your breath. Begin to notice the shape that you take in your upper back. And see if you can relax and peel the shoulders away further from your neck and lengthen up higher through your crown. Begin to lengthen and deepen your breathing. And notice any sensation that you start to feel in the feet. And soften into the sensation rather than resisting. Just 3 breaths more here. Beginning to create a rhythm in your breath. After that last deep breath, you can soften your eyes open, a little flutter, and start to crawl the hands out. Coming into a tabletop position, flip the feet, and a little bit of knocking the feet to the floor, releasing any tension from the toes. And we'll move from here directly into barrel rolls. So we can start to breathe in, guide the chest forward to the side, and then breathe out, hips into the other side. You can make a circular motion here, undulating with the breath, inhaling forward to one side, exhaling back into the other. Just starting to feel into your rhythm of your breath and connecting that to the rhythm in your body. Reverse directions when you're ready. Going the other way. Take your time. Feel into each sensation. You can take big or small circles, even pause in any areas that need a little extra breath. And then finish up bringing the spine to a neutral position, stacking your hips over your knees and your hands just under your shoulders. And we'll begin to tilt the tail up and guide the chest forward through the shoulders, lifting the head for a cow pose. You can breathe in here, fill your belly with fresh new breath. And on your breath out, tuck your tail, hang your head, round your back. Inhale, follow the breath forward, tilting the tail back and moving the heart up. Exhale, round. Inhale, arch. One more cycle, letting your breath lead your movement. After that last cycle, start to sit your hips back towards your heels, rounding the back, and then forward on your inhale, arching chest forward. And we'll undulate through the spine this way as we round and tuck hips back. And lift and arch forward. 2 more cycles with the breath. And after that last cycle, start to sit your hips back and tuck your toes under. We'll gently lift the knees and let them hover here for a couple of breaths. Connecting to your core strength, bring your belly into your low back. And then lower the knees. Inhale, arch to a cow pose. And then exhale, round into your cat shape and lift the knees. Inhale, lower the knees, arch the back. Exhale, round, lift the knees. This time lifting all the way up to a downward facing dog. And we're continuing the flow, just adding that downward dog as we inhale, lower the knees and arch forward. And as we exhale, round, tuck, lift. Sinking body and breath and feeling into any sensations as we wake up the spine. 1 more cycle, and then you can hold your down dog and maybe start to shift your weight side to side, feeling down through the backs of your legs. Take downward facing dog, pressing down evenly through all 10 fingertips. Draw your shoulders down away from your spine and let your head hang. Now start to bend your knees a lot. Push back your hips, lengthening your spine here. Keep the neck soft and relaxed. And then we'll start to lower the heels, straighten through the backs of the legs for an even deeper stretch. 1 last breath in down dog. And start to walk your feet up to your hands, coming to the top of your mat for a forward fold. And we'll lift up with a breath in for half forward fold, and then exhale to fold all the way back down. So inhale, the hands can drag up the legs as you flatten out, look forward, and then exhale, fold all the way down. 1 more with your breath lifting. And exhale, as you fold, you can put a little bend in your knees, let the upper body completely release, and cross hands to your opposite elbows for ragdoll pose. Maybe swaying this side to side if that feels good. Or maybe just hanging still if that feels better. Let your head and neck release. Soften your breath. Then put a nice big bend in your knees and push through the soles of your feet as you round up 1 bone at a time, lifting up to standing mountain pose. Relax your arms down and then big breath in, arms overhead. Exhale, palms together, heart center. 1 more breath in here, rooting through your feet. Exhale, arms at your sides. Let's keep flowing with the breath and that fluid movement. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, lead with your chest and hinge at your hips and draw a line down through the middle as you fold forward. 3 times lift. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, lower. Follow your breath to lift up on the inhale and lower on the exhale. 3rd time, lift up halfway and holding here with a flat back. We can either take hands to the creases of our hips or lower the left hand down as we bend the left knee a lot. If you have your hand down, go ahead and place it all the way to the ground, and we'll raise the right arm up for a twist. Guide your tailbone back, the crown of your head forward, and we'll spin the heart to the sky for one more big breath. Exhale, lower the hand, bend both knees, and then shift your weight to your left foot and take a giant step back with your right. Drop your knee to the ground, and let's climb up for low lunge, inhaling arms up overhead. Sit deeper into the front heel as you reach higher through the back of your heart. 3 breaths, relaxing your shoulders down. Let your thoughts move like clouds across the sky. Then lower your left hand down, and we'll reach the right hand back. Continuing to steady the breath. With a big breath in, cartwheel both hands back up and open, low lunge, lifting. And then exhale the right hand down, while twisting from the belly to the left and reaching the left arm up. Now check in here. It may feel available to continue to open through your shoulder, spinning the heart up to the sky. One more breath wherever you are. And then slowly unwind your way out of this. We're gonna tuck the back toes under, lift the knee, and then big step forward, forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway out. Exhale, lower. Take this inhale to lift all the way up. Exhale, palms together, heart center. Big breath here. Exhale, arms at your sides. Keep moving with the breath. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward, lead with your chest. Inhale, lift halfway up. Holding here, option, hands to the hip creases, or right hand down, big bend in the right knee no matter what, and we'll spin to the left, opening up belly, ribs, chest. Lower on your next exhale, bending both knees, a big giant step back with your left foot, and we'll drop the left knee. Inhale, arms up, low lunge. Keep letting the breath move rhythmically through you. And then cartwheel the right hand down, opening the hips, opening that left shoulder, and keep breathing. Left hand forward as we reach back up and open, low lunge. Exhale, twist to your right. Right arm up, left hand down. And again, check in here. Maybe it will feel available and good to open your right shoulder even more, turning the heart up. And then unwind back to your low lunge, tuck the back toes, lift the knee, and step this back to a plank pose. Again, connecting to your inner power here for this plank hold. We'll bring belly into low back. A little bit of shaking's okay. So you feel that support here from your core for one more breath. And then lower your knees, widen them as wide as your mat. You can rest the toes to touch, tops of the feet to the mat, and sit this back for child's pose. Resting your forehead down. Start to slow and soften your breath. When you feel ready to move, follow the breath forward, shoulders over wrists. Set your left knee about the middle of the mat, and we'll press back through the right toes. Get a little stretch back and forth through the ankle and the foot. And then we'll take the left hand down in the middle of the mat and start to rotate the left toes behind the left knee. Drop the right heel down and inhale your right arm up. Coming into this supported half moon pose. We'll balance mind and body. You can look over your top shoulder, find your drishti, your focal point, just over your front fingertips. Now pressing through the outside arch of your back foot, take the arm all the way overhead, feeling that long line of energy from the toes to the fingertips. Keep the breath flowing in and out of that right side rib and rib cage. And we'll drop the hand down, bring the knee in, tuck the toes, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Big breath in. And exhale, feet all the way up to the hands. Inhale, lift, all the way up. Exhale, hands together, heart center. One more breath here. Exhale, hands at your sides. Now we'll take this time to check in with our balance and first start with your right foot. So we'll send the weight over to the left foot and pick up slowly that right knee. Now if you're feeling balanced here, you can grab both hands on the knee, or you can stand next to a wall or a piece of furniture and get a balance there. Hands will clasp, guide the knee in close to the chest, root through the sole of the standing foot, and then steady the breath, steady mind, steady breath equals steady body. Now from here, we'll start to send the knee back to line up with the other knee and reach back to grab a hold of the foot with your right hand. Holding on to the ankle or the top of the foot, try to square the hips forward, knees in one line, heel towards the tail, and then we'll pull in belly to low back, engage the core, root through the standing leg, lengthen through the crown of the head. And again, hand can be balancing somewhere or at heart center. Last breath here, and then a gentle release of the foot. Inhale, arms up overhead. This exhale, we're gonna bend both knees and just let the upper body hang forward as you exhale it out. Inhale, lift halfway, lift. Exhale, lower. Big giant step back with your left foot. Exhale, lower. Big giant step back with your right foot. Exhale, hold. 3 breaths in your plank pose. And then you can lower the knees, sit your hips back. Child's pose, take a rest. Soften in, turn inward with all of your awareness. And notice what your body is saying to you. Now we'll start to draw the shoulders forward back to tabletop. Weight in the right knee as you send the left toes back. A little bit of rocking to feel into the calf, the ankle, the foot. And then making sure that right knee is just inched a little bit forward, middle of the mat. We'll put the weight into the right hand, turn the right toes back behind the knee, drop the left heel, and then circle the left arm up for supported half moon. Again, you can find your gaze over that top shoulder. And then as you press down through your outside arch of the left foot, take the left arm all the way overhead, opening the side ribs. As you circle the hand down, bring the knee in. Tuck the toes under. Lift the hips, downward facing dog. One breath in. And then use your exhale to guide you forward. Inhale, lift up all the way. Exhale, hands together, heart center. Breath in here, grounding through the feet. And hands at your sides as you exhale. Let's try our balance on the other side. We'll take the left knee in, rooting down through the sole of the right foot. Hug the knee close. Steady balance as you root through the sole of your foot, connect to your core. Now preparing to shift, we're going to squeeze the core as we move the knee back and find a grip on the foot or the ankle and bring palm of the right hand at heart center. Slow, steady breaths. To stay calm and rooted. Last breath here. Gently release your grip, root back into both feet, and then rise with the inhale overhead. Let the weight of the world off of your back. Exhale, release forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back to your plank. Hold just for 3 breaths, connecting to that core power. Feeling strong, press back through your heels, reach forward through the crown of your head. And you'll lower the knees, start to walk your hands back, sit hips to heels back to Virasana, Hero's Pose. You can take a moment here to reconnect with the breath. And then when you're ready, shift your weight to one side, bring the legs around in front. And we'll take the hands behind, fingertips point out, feet in line with the hips. And we'll start to lift the chest, lift the head, maybe hanging the head back if that feels available. As you begin to lift your head, wrap your arms around your knees, ball up here as tight as you like, sink your chin to your chest, rest your forehead down. Thank yourself for doing something good for you today. Let's take the hands back again, opening up, and palms down, fingertips pointed in at the hips this time. Again, feet apart, about hip width. And we'll send the hips up, the knees out over the ankles, and start to lift the hips in line with the shoulders. Again, check in here. If it feels okay for the neck, you can hang the head back, or if it doesn't, look straight forward. 2 more breaths wherever you are. Last breath. And as you lower down, you can drop the hips, take your feet as wide as the mat, and then lower side to side, a little windshield wiper movement as we rock the hips and alternate knees. Next time you have both knees dropped over to the right, we'll sit up on the hips, root down evenly through both, and find deer pose here. Lengthen through the crown of your head. Soften a little bit more into the hips. Last breath here. And then you can shift your weight over to your right hip and sweep the left leg around. We're going to catch the foot with the elbow and nestle it in. As we reach around with the other hand, take the knee into the elbow. We can rock the leg here, rock out any tension in the hip. After some gentle rocking, take your foot and you can start by setting up foot on the calf. Feel into it, maybe foot onto the thigh. Maybe eventually we'll stack foot over knee for fire log pose or double pigeon. And for this pose, we can get really deep into the hips. So give it a moment to let them open up to you and decide if this feels like a lot of sensation, or if you want even more, you can start to walk the hands forward, continuing to guide your hips down, your tail back, and reach forward with your heart. 3 breaths wherever you are at your edge of sensation. And then you'll walk right back in, lifting the chest. Take hands behind. Let's take our windshield wipers again. Feet down and knees side to side. Just rocking it out. Finally, let your knees settle over to the left. For deer pose, the sole of the foot connects to the thigh. And then we'll root evenly into both hips. Try to drop that hip that wants to lift up. Lengthen up through the crown of your head. Now as you shift your weight over to your left hip, sweep that right leg around. We'll catch it in the elbow of the left hand, arm, and then wrap the right arm around the knee. You can gently rock, preparing the hip for this deep hip opener. And settling into it, when you're ready, you can stack the foot over the knee or the calf and just settle both hips evenly down as you lengthen up through the crown. Stay here or fold forward. Being gentle with yourself. Send in breath wherever you need it. One last hip releasing breath. And climb this slowly back up when you're ready. With the support of your hands, we'll take the feet out and lowering all the way onto your back. Go ahead and bring your knees into your chest. Give them a little squeeze here, and then we'll soften arms out wide like wings. Lower the feet so they hover just above the ground, and we can massage the low back by drawing circles on the ceiling with the knees. Take big or small circles, reverse directions when you're ready. Finally, settle to a neutral spine. Lower your left leg all the way down while you hug your right knee in tighter. Big breath in, squeezing into that right hip. And then pass your right knee across to your left hand, lifting the hips. Drop the knee over to the other side. Then you can draw a line from the knee over to your right shoulder as that shoulder moves the opposite direction. Right arm out wide, left hand resting on your hip. Look to your right and let your low back release, your belly soften. You start to bring your knee in, roll back onto your back, and then straighten, lengthen, right leg all the way out. Hug your left knee in, give it a good squeeze, holding here, another deep breath. And then cross, knee all the way over to the right. Right hand holds on at the knee and left arm takes that traction all the way from the knee, the shoulder, reaching out through the fingertips. Look over your left shoulder. And start to bring your knee back in, roll onto your back. Let's settle in here for our final resting pose. Stretch the feet long, separate them almost as wide as the mat, and you can shake out the legs. Let your arms rest at your sides, maybe even wiggling out the arms, shaking out the wrists before relaxing all the way down. Take any last wiggles, maybe side to side, turning the head, soften the neck. And then let your shoulders roll back. Let your jaw relax and your tongue roll to the roof of your mouth. Let your eyes soften closed. Return to that breath, slow and steady with your rhythm, waving through you like water. As your entire body releases to stillness. Begin to take deeper breaths. Start to waken your body, little wiggles in the toes and fingers. Big breath and big stretch when you're ready. Guide your knees in. Roll gently to one side. And you can climb up using the support of both hands. Go to a comfortable seated position or right back to where we started in our hero's pose. Sitting hips to heels, kneeling, hands can rest on the knees, the thighs. Take your time here just to feel into any changes in your body. Continuing to listen, be mindful of what it's saying to you. We'll bring palms together at heart center when you're ready, just to voice some appreciation for yourself, for taking the time today with your yoga practice to feel into your body, give it what it needs. Thank you for practicing with me. Namaste.